Tyler Zeller's checked in for Horford. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Jay Crowder. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Brown. And Marcus Smart has subbed in for Bradley. Chicago also making some changes. Valentine's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Prez comes in for Jaren Grant. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. So for Chicago right now, Prez, he's in at shooting. Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. We are nearly ready for the tip-off.
Well, guys, when you talk to Perez about his time with the national team, you can just tell how much he valued that time.
David, thank you as always. And what a team the U.S. put together for that tournament.
And Perez didn't look out of place on it at all. By the time they played Australia in the finals, any doubters that might have wondered why he was on the roster were quickly silent.
Well, Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Pass to Valentine. At the top of the key, McDermott to the middle, and stolen by Zeller. Outside, Green. Here's Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
What an athletic play from Brown, showing off his mad hops on these jams.
Young dishes to Prez. That's tipped. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, you figured that Dwayne Wade might be a player to finish his career playing for just one team, the Miami Heat. But in the end, things just ended bitterly. Wade had taken less money in the past so the Heat could win titles. I mean, he was done playing for a discount. And the Bulls, boy, did they.
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. Hey, if we let up on D even a little, it's enough to get their guy going.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, and don't forget the deal for Rajon Rondo. They're taking kind of a blended approach. Not a lot of three-point shooting in that backcourt. So it'll be interesting to see how all these pieces fit together.
There's Green with the 3. Kept alive by Boston. Bulls have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And that makes it a tie ball game.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Smart coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. Down low, Zeller. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
A high-efficiency scorer. I mean, inside. I mean, Zeller with those great soft hands.
Bulls have gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. 1:56 left in the first. They set the pick. McDermott, no one around him, connects from three-point range. McDermott's got 5 points so far.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Nice off-the-ball movement and action to free him up for a shot he makes on a regular basis. Outstanding work.
Here's Olynyk. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Olynyk's got his first points of the night.
Wow, you can't leave him open. Olynyk will knock it down every time.
And Young kicks to Prez. 9 feet out, again Chicago. And how big of a treat was it for Prez to play alongside all the great American players over the summer? Just about the best way to transition to the NBA.
And he was able to help out in their title game win over Australia. But more importantly for Prez, it was the perfect situation to come in and see how best to approach basketball before his rookie year.
They set the pick. McDermott with it. He's against Olynyk. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Jaren Grant, he's checked in for the Bulls. Celtics on D. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And how about the skill from Perez down on the block, working hard inside and getting the contact in the process.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Celtics gravitate towards scrappy players. They like guys, Chris, who can carry a chip on their shoulder.
Well, come on, that's been a common thread for this young team. Toughness, grit, and passion. A lot of their players were overlooked in the past, came to Boston, ticked off, and looked to prove a point.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pick by Zeller. With the floater in deep. Smart drops it in. Smart's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Oh, that's always option number one in the pick and roll. If you have the advantage, score the ball.
And there's Prez on the assist by Grant. Prez has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
Well, both teams are continuing to move the ball and get outstanding looks at the basket as they quickly get out the gates.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And here's Prez on what it's like to...
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of talent in the draft this year.
There were a lot of people, guys, that predicted Prez would be taken much higher. And the new group in for the Celtics. Sellers checked in for Horford. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Jay Crowder. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Brown. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Bradley. Chicago also making some changes. Valentine's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Prez comes in for Jaren Grant. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. So for Chicago right now, Prez, he's in. McDermott is out there with Portis. Then there's Valentine, and it's Young in at the point. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape. Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you." High praise indeed, fellas.
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, DA. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you. The NBA game, we know, a physical test. The best athletes in the world. Chris, a long 82-game season. It takes a lot of toughness. Who are some of the guys you think are some of the toughest in the game?
I mean, come on, look at Tony Allen. You know, he definitely gets physical. He likes to bang down low. Tristan Thompson, DeAndre Jordan, guys that kind of are the offensive linemen of the team, doing a lot of the dirty work, getting no credit.
Great analogy. There's 1:47 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's the teardrop. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from McDermott.
Takes what the defense allows. Has that soft floater in his back pocket.
Zeller, a screen on Young. McDermott with a steal. Shoots from the baseline. Young's shot is off.
A rare off quarter for him. Nothing seems to be going his way.
Outside, Green. 1:06 left to play in the first half. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Bulls.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team, just as you might expect. The bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
First one falls for him.
And really, you got to commend the Bulls for the success they've had in the draft. You look at that roster, you see a ton of big minute players who were drafted by the Bulls. They've done a great job of finding players to fill roles within that team.
Bulls making a switch here. Grant's checked in. The feed to Prez. McDermott passes to Grant. 6 to shoot. Prez. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And with the Bulls and their draft success, a lot of it has come with picks, Greg, later on in the draft.
Yeah, the last lottery pick the Bulls had was Derrick Rose. Not a bad one there.
Yes.
But since then, they've drafted or made trades on draft day to find a ton of rotation players. Give a lot of credit to their scouting department for their continued success.
Both free throws good from Prez.
And you got to give credit to Prez there. Puts forth a lot of energy on both ends of the floor.
Here's Thomas. The teardrop falls in. Thomas got his third basket of the night.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Brent dishes to Prez. Can't hit from in close. Celtics leading by 4. Here's Smart. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And I love Smart pressing his advantage on the interior.
Well, Chicago has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Olynyk.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
But guys, the defense knows he has this ability, correct? Yet no one thinks to put a body on him? Incredible.
And so we conclude the first half. Celtics lead.
Smart game.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Horford. Olynyk comes in for Johnson. Brown is checked in for Jay Crowder. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Bradley. Thomas and Smart, the feisty backcourt pairing. Brown out there with Olynyk. And it's Zeller in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. The past 11s. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Prez. Goes back up. Portis can't get it to go.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Brown kicks to Zeller for the lead. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Chicago leading. Valentine with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Fires from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. And Celtics coach Brad Stevens, a big believer, Chris, in keeping things as simple as he can for the players.
And very focused. From the first day when he took over, he showed the players the numbers of where the team had to get better. Just as important, he showed them how thin a margin separated them from being the top seed or missing the playoffs completely. That breeds confidence, but also focus. They realize how every play matters.
Here's Portis, hits the jump hook. And it's a 6-point Bulls lead.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Screen by Olynyk. Thomas kicks to Zeller, pulls up. Boston again missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
The dish now to Valentine. Prez passes to Portis. Tipped away. Outside Thomas. For the 3. Again, Thomas missing.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
1:36 left in the third quarter of the game. Portis. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter. Celtics trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Passes to Brown. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And in a draft class full of great wing players, it is easy to sleep on Jaylen Brown. But he can become a great player. Has everything you want from a wing in terms of skill set and that physicality. He could have a ceiling just as high as anybody else in this draft.
Johnson, he's checked in for Zeller. The Bulls also changing it up. Rajon Rondo is checked in for... Al Horford is checked in for Boston. Avery Bradley comes in for Brown. So the Bulls 5 right now. Prez, he's in at small forward. Levens is out there with Grant. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Felicio in at the 4.
You see that hounding defense by Bradley? I mean, he got them out and running that time.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Horford. Bradley, no one around him. No good on the triple. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion.
I've done all the legwork. And as a lottery pick, you're going to have plenty of options. See, these companies, they believe in what you're going to be in the league, and they see your potential. So they want you to represent their brand. Now, let's take a look at the options. Nike wants you bad. See, their plan is to bring you on the team right away with a straight merch deal and put you in a pair of team Nike shoes. Then you'll be one of the faces of the brand, leading to your own signature shoe, billboards, commercials, the whole nine. Can't go wrong with the swoosh, baby. And right there, in the same family, is the Jordan brand. I mean, you know you're doing something right. You got MJ on your side. They want to start with a straight merch deal, which puts you in a pair of Team Jordan shoes. And if you continue to rise and go where you're going, we're looking at a signature shoe, billboards, commercials, the whole nine. You know the game, and the game knows you. You know, who better to have on your side than Jordan, right? Guess what it is now? Now this is when it starts to get really interesting. Under Armour is banking on you being part of their team. They want to make you the face of their brand sooner than later. They're talking cash deal, lots of opportunity for bonuses, and a UA team shoe. I mean, this is a real opportunity to get in line with a fast, young, hustling company, right? What do you think? And let's not forget Adidas. Adidas wants to run with your presidential theme. I mean, God bless America, right? We're talking cash deal and bonuses, and they want to put you in your very own team Adidas shoe. Then down the line, we can get a signature shoe, commercial, the whole nine. Things can really take off. So I think we go with Adidas if you want to run with your presidential theme and nickname. What do you say? You're Adidas and you, or Adidas and me? So it's up to you. I mean, I know it's a lot to think about, but you're in a pretty good position right here.
Look, I don't know, Bruce. I feel like this is harder than picking a college, you know? Like, way harder. I need a spreadsheet to remember all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But, you know, personally, you can't lose, right? You're in a win-win situation. So it's wherever you feel the most comfortable, and not just on your feet, but as a business partner. So take your time, kick back, relax, think about it, and I just need an answer in about 5 minutes. Great choice. This is the beginning of big things. Nike is going to be pumped.
I hope so, man. Can't wait to get it started.
Fire in the hole.
I feel good about it.
Gotta love it.